Welcome back to Advance Wars 2 Reboot Camp. Last time, Lash got wrecked and, I guess the lab mission counts for unlocking the factory. That's cool. We'll be doing the Hunt's End later though, because our next mission is going to be Duty and Honor, Kanbei's second foray into the Gold Comet campaign. Kanbei must protect the village of civilians, meanwhile the enemy's newest weapon awaits. We just saw Sonya's character development since Advance Wars 1, now it's time for Kanbei. And this is the first mission where you're supposed to encounter laser cannons, but in hard mode they're also in Orange Dawn. So yeah, in this mission, we kind of learn nothing from Mirror Darkly, but you can do this first, and end up running into a trap, but it's not by Lash this time.
Father.
What is the meaning of this?
Oh.
Yeah, these are some of the lines that people often quote from Black Hole Rising. It's like, people generally don't say that Advance Wars games have particularly good stories. There are some actually surprisingly underrated moments in the Black Hole Rising campaign. This is definitely one of them. So the goal of this mission is to rout the enemy before they capture all 10 of these cities. This is kind of like one of the Advance Wars 1 capture missions in reverse. You now need the enemies trying to go for that goal, and you have to stop them. They do have some units down here though, and remember that when Ada gets his power, because it is Ada we're fighting, these foot soldiers close in on the cities a lot faster. But the real reason why this mission is, well, the way it is these lasers. So you basically are forced to go through the path of these lasers in order to actually reach the cities. The good news is the lasers only fire every 2 turns, and that is unchanged on challenge mode, unlike Andy's time. I guess I can put you in there. Because this mission would be nearly impossible if these lasers fired every turn. I don't really see how it would work all that well. So the job of these mechs is kind of to climb over the mountains and try and hit the laser, because even though destroying the laser isn't totally necessary, I don't think it's an objective actually, is it? Okay, no, it isn't an objective. I thought, there was one point where I actually wondered whether it was an objective in this map, but it's not. You just have to rout the enemy. But destroying especially that northern laser is going to be really, really, really useful. And I believe it's every even-numbered day that they fire, so I should be safe to go into their path this turn. But this does really stall you in getting to the cities, and that's entirely the point. I mean, I probably shouldn't have gone all the way up here with the mech, to be honest, but it is a Kanbei mech, which means that it's really, really bulky. Yep, it still survived. And yeah, those indirects near the cities, they're going to basically be a sort of a bulwark that is going to be there to greet you. They're sort of like the gate to those cities. You need to break through there in order to reach them. Adder has a lot more Neo tanks on challenge mode, though.
Father.
Yep, it fires in all cardinal directions. Okay, I've actually swapped a few units around because I think being Kanbei, just some mechs is going to be enough to stall some of his units down here. I actually need all of my medium tanks on the front lines because part of this mission is breaking through the massive artillery blockade that will be coming through so you can actually get to these cities. But it is laser day today, so we'll need to make sure that nobody is on any of these lines. The road is obvious, but it can be easy to forget the vertical lines of the lasers. So that's what I'm going to make sure not to forget this time. And here, these mechs can go over into these mountains. It usually doesn't really matter if APCs get shot by lasers, because they can still do just as good a job of transporting, regardless of their HP. But I'm going to be creeping up some units here so that I can target that laser next turn. And yeah, unfortunately, this guy is... he kind of has to go there. I may need some artillery close in as well. See, here's the thing. I want to make sure that my tanks and anti-air are as close to the front as possible, because their high movement is going to be really, really, really helpful here. But this is the problem with this mission. The lasers pretty much restrict your movement. Like, for example, here, this medium tank is now forced to move away. And this thing is forced to move backward a little bit. Okay, I think my artillery can get hit by that, which is a little unfortunate, but oh well. If it means luring that tank away from this central road, because of all those mountains, this is a very, very... Like, you're funneled down a very narrow pathway right into range of the laser. Like this. At least two of his things got hit by it. And that tank got hit by it too, so it's not going to be a huge threat to the artillery. Okay, yeah, again, this is somewhat annoying, but, I was going to say the mechs aren't, like, all that important, but they kinda are, because they can recapture any of the cities. You only need to save one city to win this, or in other words, you only lose if you lose all the cities. So because of that, recapturing them can be good, but really the main thing is, you need to get a unit in there to kill off one of his capturing troops by, usually it's around turn 10 that he wins, provided, like, depending on when he gets his powers. So, okay then, it's non-laser day today. It's always odd-numbered days that are non-laser day, but this artillery has to go here to shoot that laser, and yeah, this laser will not get another chance to do anything this whole mission, hopefully. Here is where we have a slight problem, because, I mean, see, this rocket could shoot that, but I do think the rocket really needs to be advancing down the road, because I might need it later to break through a potential choke point. Okay, yeah, medium tank can absolutely smash through you, which is good, but I do want to get my regular tanks to be going as far as they can. Let me see how far the medium tanks can go. Not far. So I guess I should use a medium tank to explode that. See, here's where you start to really feel the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's this tank's full movement, so I guess I kind of have to do this. Because I don't want the tanks to, I was saying, like, this is where you really feel the low movement in medium tanks, but I do really want the tanks to get as far as they can. That guy here... It's entirely possible that he could die to this anti-air attack. So I'm going to go for this. This is a coin flip, as all 95% are, but I got it. See, clearing out that city is really good because I'm going to need it to potentially slip some units in there away from laser range next turn. And unfortunately, this tank just can't go far enough. Like, yeah, the thing with this mission is that you... yeah. You need to be moving fast, and the laser really stops you from doing that. See, if I was playing somebody who had a movement-boosting CO power, that would actually be really, really useful here, but unfortunately, that's not Kanbei. And while Samurai Spirit is an amazing power, doesn't really matter when you can't get enough units into the enemy to really make use of it. I guess technically I can load in both these guys into transports, but yeah, APCs here, they don't really have as much movement as you'd probably expect. I guess I can put you in that mountain. And I'm making sure that I move all my units because I forgot to do that in the last two maps. I recorded both of them in the same session, and yeah, for some reason I was really out of it that day, and I really forgot about a lot of my units and a lot of things, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Because his two mechs are going to get lasered now. Which didn't happen in some of my earlier attempts of this. Yeah, this has taken me a few attempts, because this is actually one of the rare missions in the Advance Wars 2 campaign, or really kind of either campaign, that you're actually likely to outright lose if you're not careful. But okay then, this medium tank gets to break through laser range there. So yeah, the laser is going to go through there. This medium tank can go up to there. Rocket can't quite get away. Problem is this medium tank here. I don't really like it getting a first strike on one of my tanks or anti-air because I sort of need those. Also, yeah, well, I was going to say got to watch out for that, but actually, U plus U combined means that I don't have to worry about that laser ever again. I was thinking for a second that maybe I just screwed myself over, but no, he's not going to hit any of his own troops with this laser this turn. I really don't like exposing you to a medium tank on a road, but at the same time, I do really need to get as many units forward as I can, and I don't really want to lose an anti-air, because they're going to be my biggest hope of taking out the enemy foot soldiers that are capturing the cities. So yeah, 8 and 8 is still quite a good matchup there. This is interesting, because I don't really want him to... I'm going to go ahead and join those. I don't really want him to get Sidewinder this turn. But, I mean, he is inevitably going to get Sidewinder anyway, so, like, these mechs and infantry are going to benefit from at least one Sidewinder this map, and that's really all they need to get to the city, so it kind of doesn't matter when he gets Sidewinder. But just in case, I should probably be... Okay, you mech there, suppose you can get back a little bit and then I can send this thing down here, just hoping that I, am actually able to deal with that medium tank with just those mechs. I might not be able to, but I probably need these medium tanks. Unfortunately, everything is going to get stalled here again because of that laser. There's no point in having this. I mean, I suppose if I put this here, one of my mechs could jump in the APC. Like I said, it doesn't really matter how much damage the APCs take from the laser. But yeah, he's going to be hitting 2 of his own mechs with this laser attack. I'm not really sure what exactly prompted him to move his units differently to that extent, because usually only his infantry gets hit by that laser for me. Okay, yeah, that's bad. Because the tanks, you do really need that extra 1 point of movement on the tanks, but I'm kind of counting on my anti-air for that. The other problem with this map is you sort of want to, the other problem with Sidewinder is those Neo-tanks get closer quickly. But yeah, you sort of want, artillery and rockets close to the front lines to break through choke points more quickly. For example, here... I don't even know if my medium tanks one-shot that. I'm just trying to think here, because if I... Nah, even with morale boost, that's not going to be a one-shot. I was just wondering if I could, like, actually morale boost there and see if that would actually kill off that medium tank in that choke point. I don't think it will, and that is a serious, serious problem, because that means that I'm not going to be able to break through here this turn, and there'll be a whole ton of medium tanks and artillery around there, and he definitely has Sidewinder now. So yeah, like this is a mission where you need to be moving as fast as possible, but okay then. One hit from a full health rocket and then one hit from the rocket on 5 HP should still destroy that laser, so I won't need to worry about that laser for much longer. Actually, I don't like moving these units back though, because I really want them as close as possible to the front, again thanks to their high movement. We'll probably need this artillery up there eventually. Yeah, the fact that he did, like, laser 2 his own units, though, that might actually end up being everything. Well, not everything that I need, but it might end up helping me quite a lot. Because that's going to slow down his march there immensely. And I think now maybe I could... I think maybe I'll wait a little bit and then join. He's going to get 10% extra defense on that soon, though. And APC goes there to block, because why not? Yeah, this mech might be able to get a hit on... Okay, if he uses Sidewinder, this mech will probably kill that APC, now that I think about it. But was it worth it just to get that mech there? Maybe, I'm not sure. Or maybe I should actually get this medium tank closer to the front lines here. We've got one that's falling behind and one that's kind of close. And then you're going to be on a call to join later. And it's Sidewinder time.
A battle with me is a greater honor than you deserve!
That's funny you should be talking about honor, given that this is the map where Kanbei is meant to be showing his duty and honor.
Sidewinder!
This is where I wanted to talk about the differences between Advance Wars 1 and Advance Wars 2 Kanbei in terms of character, because, as I said back in Advance Wars 1, Kanbei there was... I'm sorry? Pause for... I'm very confused. Like, you had an opportunity to shoot one of my rockets with a mech and you didn't take it, and you instead focused on a capture that you don't need. Like, okay, I get that the AI prioritizing captures with its foot soldiers is normally a good thing, and they can't really make an AI that, you know, makes the most optimal moves in every possible situation. But there, he had the chance to shoot a rocket with a mech. Which, again, I think is way more valuable than doing that capture. He would have done so much damage there. But yeah, it is laser day today, and okay then. Yeah, we've got an artillery up there, we have a rocket there, and we have the laser there. Yeah, this map is, that laser really does, it adds up to a lot more than you might think. Does a very, very good job of stalling you. I suppose one of my medium tanks can go here. Another one can go... I mean, if I can go on the city, that I probably should. Depending on... yeah, I probably will go on the city. He is going to be able to shoot something with... And I've got to be careful, because that can go there. And then I've got my anti-air here, which I sort of need, but at the same time... I think you need to attack that, or I have to... Because if I attack that with the artillery, then, I mean, actually, though, maybe I should practice what I preach and, instead not worry about that at all. Yeah, see, I can't really block off, this medium tank from hitting anything in this road unless I use... Like, unless I sack something to the laser. But yeah, I think I will do this. And this is kind of... Oh, both of you are on no ammo, because you use your ammo to counterattack that. Okay, that was more of a pain than I was expecting then. Yeah, I may need you to hit the laser next turn. There's just so many variables in this mission, it's often easy to lose track of. I don't want to have to do this, but I sort of want to have something move as far forward as it can. I'd much prefer you to be on that city, but I can't really do that. I guess I'm going to have to take down that medium tank and artillery when they creep behind my lines. Okay, yeah, so the rocket gets hit by that, but it was inevitably gonna get hit by that anyway. Speaking of rockets, yeah, these are rockets on my medium tank. Now, am I getting Samurai Spirit soon? I might. Okay, just a regular tank. He still has the medium tank up there. But he attacked my medium tank instead of, my weaker unit. Okay, then he attacked the one on the city too, so he came out a lot worse. Yeah, Ada's making a lot of questionable decisions today. But yeah, those medium tanks, they just love to move up an artillery. Like, yeah, and he has a lot of indirects around that area. It is a lot harder to break through here than you might think, and I really, really want Samurai Spirit, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. Well, on the one hand, that's definitely a kill. On the other hand, there's nothing else for this rocket to shoot. I might as well go for that. Okay, I don't have to worry about that laser ever again. But, right. I don't know if this will give me Samurai Spirit. Because if I have it, I can kind of run into that choke point and sort of sit there with my defense stupidly high. The kind of bizarre thing is, I don't really want to even attack this 6 HP medium tank that's up there. I want to focus on breaking through. But he is capturing this area much slower than usual because he lasered 2 of his mechs. See, I really want to do that, but also that artillery is seriously a problem. In fact, actually, if I kill this artillery and I get Samurai Spirit, then that medium tank is not a problem, because if it attacks me, I counter with 150% firepower and Samurai Spirit, so it will probably wreck itself. So okay then, it's not as if I'm going to be taking a whole lot of engagements with Samurai Spirit, but I'm going to go for it anyway just because it effectively makes me invincible for a turn.
Nothing can stop me. Samurai Spirit.
Yeah, but I was saying earlier that Kanbei's personality in the first game felt more like a parody of like the sort of stock honorable samurai qualities, whereas in Advance Wars 2 he sort of plays it completely straight, which some people, I guess if you played the first game, might find kind of weird. I don't even know if Kanbei's character was even intentional in the first game. I mean, I don't really have the original writers around. Like, speaking of which, I think the writers from the original Advance Wars actually did write for a few Fire Emblem games. Although, one thing that I say about that is, it's a little, somewhat, sad that, like, I would say out of all the games, that particular writer has been like he's credited as scenario, so, yeah, he probably is like a writer for a lot of these games. That's usually how writing is credited in Japanese games, and like what I was thinking is that it feels a little sad that out of all the things he's written for, I think the best story out of them might actually be Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising, which is like, which is not to say that this game's story is bad. Like, it's actually very good. I will say, like, simple though it is, I think Black Hole Rising does have the best story out of the Advance Wars games, but I mean, admittedly, there's not a whole ton of competition there. Of course, that's probably a very contentious view, thanks to a lot of people like Days of Ruin. I'm not a huge fan of Days of Ruin's story, to be honest. But then again, I played the I played the significantly less interesting European translation rather than the American translation, which punches up quite a lot of it. But even then, like, the core kind of concept of Days of Ruin's story, I'm still not an enormous fan of. I might talk about that later, though, because this episode is about Kanbei, and I want to leave myself topics to talk about in later maps. But yeah, like, I was going on in the last game about how, like, Kanbei in the original Advance Wars 1 felt kind of like Lord Shimura from Ghost of Tsushima. The sort of, like, deconstructed idea of, like, honor, and, that whole aspect of, like, samurai was never really a real thing, just like the whole medieval knight chivalry thing was also never really a real thing, apparently. I think this guy will still be able to get through if I kill this tank, because, yeah, these woods up here are actually more debilitating than you might realize. Especially when he puts, like, a lot of units up there. Now, can something... Okay, good. One of my medium tanks can get to this rocket. That's great. I'm already making good headway into here, and he's a bit stalled on capturing those cities thanks to lasering 2 of his mechs. And, okay, yeah, I do actually think it was a really good thing that I managed to get all of my medium tanks up in the north front. You really do need all your medium tanks here. Because otherwise, breaking through is pretty tricky. Now, Adder's, yeah, he has Sidewinder, but I mean, his units are right on top of me anyway, so it's not like Sidewinder is gonna really be a huge deal. Don't really want to get that mech hit by 2 artillery, though. I can kind of put it there, I guess, and, well, that's actually not a bad spot for an artillery of my own. Now, this thing have to decide between not shooting the mech and then getting killed, or not shooting the artillery and getting killed. So yeah, giving it a bit of a rough choice there. Yeah, sort of want my anti-air to be a bit further forward, just so I can maybe try and sweep in and start killing off those things. And now, I think he's intentionally avoiding my indirects with these guys. He's not even taking my APC bait, which is sort of annoying because I actually do need to kill that at some point, because this is a forced route. So let's see, I sort of just want to make sure that whatever he does, yeah, that mech is fully covered on all sides by a rocket. Come on, please attack this artillery, you know you want to. The good news is those rockets are really far back right now.
Delicious.
If you let him get Sidewinder too early or let him get it too many times, those rockets can run forward pretty quickly.
Sidewinder.
And if the rockets are in the choke point, like the northern bridge choke point, by the time you get there, you will have a really rough time breaking through. This is one of those missions that hard mode, I think, definitely enhanced quite a bit in terms of difficulty, just because you're under major time pressure getting to those cities. Okay, that's another artillery. I would say that's fine, but I don't like that's a pretty damaged medium tank. Well, that's bold of you. Okay, that's what I was hoping you would do. I'm sorry, mech, but if it's worth it to kill that. Oh, great. Now he gets another Neo tank to first strike me. See, yeah, here, this is actually, like, I'm not out of the woods yet at all. Because now he's really, yeah, he's still choking me off in the choke point, and he has artillery in there. So you really, really need to be, in fact, like, I may need morale boost. I actually might need morale boost. I'm gonna go for it.
Prepare yourself.
The problem is I kind of have to retreat one of my medium tanks.
Morale boost.
Just to get another medium tank on that 8 HP Neo. Okay, we can celebrate later, because for now, I need to... yeah, I'll probably go for the tank. The artillery is going to get wrecked by this mech anyway. In fact, yeah, I realized this, okay. The artillery is going to get... not as wrecked as I expected it would. I guess, because, yeah, he just used his power. So, really, all I'm doing is kind of neutralizing his power bonus. The 10% defense power bonus, I mean. Yeah, I need to get on this quickly. Once these Neo tanks die, then I can get through. Because we're at day 9 right now. And if he hadn't lasered the mechs, I'd be in serious trouble right now. I suppose I can get this tank repaired a little bit. I'm glad that I don't no longer have to deal with the laser. And there we go. Okay, that thing gets one-shotted. That's good. Because this artillery I can very easily take out with mechs and maybe even infantry. Like, I can kind of bait it into staying still and shooting me. And then I can move some other units to ensure that if it stays still, it gets destroyed. Yeah, see, I've got these anti-airs that I can't move in yet, but at least his Neo tanks are heavily damaged. And, okay, that medium tank is getting repaired, which is a problem. Because I'm going to have to deal with a full HP medium tank soon. Because I can't really afford to let it, Yeah, this is why I don't like getting stuck here, because of those things. Oh, it's going to first strike me as... Yeah, see, this is a huge issue as well. What happens is that he retreats and replaces his units in, like, the choke point, like that, and now I'm no closer to breaking through here than I was last turn, and he's getting... Well, he just retreated his Neo tank, so maybe I am a little closer to breaking through there. Slightly, but okay. Once this medium tank is down, then I can actually get in. And finally I can start saving these cities. Okay, there we go. The road is clear now. Watch out for those rockets. They creep up on you faster than you would expect. Like, I might actually need that artillery to drive up around there, but maybe not. We'll see. Because, I mean, if the mech is moving here anyway, it may as well shoot this. Although I do have to be careful of ammo. Yeah, I've got one shot left on that mech. Because I can get an attack on that tank with this tank. Oh, I could have used the medium tank. That was... yeah. That would have been a much better move, because now this medium tank is... Yep, it's kind of still stuck, and you can't restart your turn on challenge mode. However, if I do this, I can get one of my anti-air attacking the artillery, which is really the main issue here. So I can get this on the artillery, which is good. I know I keep describing things as being good a lot, but okay. And this seems really silly, but, I mean, it might take an HP off. Well, I only took 2 damage in return. I'd say that was worth it, just because Neo tanks are that dangerous. Do I join here? Also, how many units have I lost? Lost 3. Like, technique actually creeps up on you a lot faster than you might think in this map, too. So, I actually... Okay, if I join, I only have 2 medium tanks on the front lines. I think I'll actually hold off on the join for now. But yeah, I specifically made sure that if that rocket stayed where it was, it would die, just to save myself some time, because I don't want to have to hunt this thing down later. That's never enjoyable. You know, the whole game, especially when it's Fog of War, but thankfully this isn't Fog of War, but that whole game of like, hunt down that last unit in a route map. Oh, that river is a tile. I thought for a second that tank was in range of a rocket. Yeah, I have to be a little careful here, honestly, because from capturing some of those cities, those mechs started getting healed up a little. That's, no, it's not full health. Okay, that's fine. Oh, and here come the rockets. At least they're getting stalled by the forests. But okay then, yeah. At this point, he is still doing a very good job of blocking me. So let me just see how this is. Okay, he gets that next turn. Oh, interesting. I'm glad I realized that. I actually have to damage one of his infantry this turn or I lose. So, yeah, you've got to be, like, this is a map you do have to be very, very careful with, because, the kind of unspoken time limit can creep up on you if you let it. So can you... Oh, I can outright kill one of them with this tank, that's great. Because, yeah, it's usually around turn 10 or 11. If you haven't damaged one of his foot soldiers by that point, then you can very easily fail this. But now I've got one city here, and as long as I end up sitting a unit on that city, that was probably a bad idea, but oh well, we'll see how that works out. Let me just check something. No. That's more guaranteed. I really want to go for the sure shots here where I can, just to ensure that the road is completely clear, which means you can run all the way up here and start killing this. So yeah, now I am well and truly in savior range of these villages. Not villages, but I mean, I guess it's supposed to be just some kind of peaceful village in the middle of nowhere that Adder is attacking because he's a sadist, and, well, actually to lure Kanbei into a trap, but still. Okay. I kind of wonder if this will be a kill if I get lucky. Wow, even my own tank looks really dark and dreary in a black hole-taken city. Oh, and I can get one of my medium tanks here. Okay, so yeah, I'm in a very good position now, but yeah, basically, it's not over until you are absolutely certain that you've killed off his units in these cities, because, yeah, like, as I said, like, I was in very much in losing danger zone, just then. Speaking of danger zone, whoops, I put that mech in range, but I guess that rocket can only shoot one thing if it stays there. But yeah, if I wasn't able to break through that turn and damage or kill off one of his capturing units, that would have been a loss. Yeah, I forgot how, like, I didn't realize, but this one's actually one of the tougher missions on challenge mode. And honestly, I think the only reason that I won this is because he lasered his 2 mechs on an earlier turn. Because usually only, in some of my attempts, only an infantry gets lasered, and when that happens, he only has 1 unit on 5. Like, essentially, it's only the lowest HP foot soldier he has that really matters. Because that's the one that will capture slowest, and it's only the last city that counts. So, okay, that kind of sucked. I probably shouldn't have done that because I would have avoided losing that unit that turn, but oh well. I'm probably still in a good place for technique. I'm kind of wondering about speed, actually, like how fast they expect you to clear this, but, yeah, those rockets down there are potentially a problem. But okay then, that's done. Now I can just kill off these 2 at my leisure. Yes, we say leisure in Australia, not leisure. I think probably the best thing to do is to put nothing in their range and just let them, and force them to move forward. Because yeah, previously I was putting artillery, I was putting myself in range of artillery on purpose, but now I'm doing the opposite. Okay, and once you take out, like, to be honest, this mission should be over once you kill all of his foot soldiers, because now he can't win. But okay then. Oh, Yep, he's gonna force me to run in. I hate it when he does this. Well, if that's the way you want to play this, then again, I kind of have to put some things in range. But if I go in range of 2 rockets with something more powerful, then I definitely run the risk of it getting killed, especially like the artillery. If I put my rocket in range of only 1 rocket, though, then it won't die, and I'll be able to get a little bit of damage on that one. Okay, I'm actually going to join those 2. And I suppose you can go in range of just 1 of them. I doubt you're going to get in range to actually shoot them, but okay then. Alright, this is going to hurt a lot, rockets getting first struck. But I mean, they are Kanbei rockets, but even Kanbei rockets are still pretty flimsy. It's what you get when you're like the best defensive CO in the game, but also using the weakest defensive unit in the game. And you know what? I'm going to morale boost.
Allow me to show you my strength. Morale boost.
So the question is, can I win this turn? I probably can, with the right combination of unit. Actually, I don't know. Okay, so that does 50% exactly. Which means it would have been a one-shot if this thing had been on full health. Oh, okay, right. My tank does do 100% base damage during morale boost. So, as long as... Oh, actually, no, that's because you're on 5 HP. Oh, but it does do... Okay, that does do more base damage. So, okay, let's just not waste any more time and let's end this. Goodbye, Ada's invasion force. And that one didn't take quite as long, like, time-wise, as real beating, you got no troops left, as the last 2 missions. You guys really shouldn't be the ones to accuse us of being dumb. Then again, Kanbei was legitimately dumb in the first game, so they've kind of got a point. Maybe they were working on intelligence from the last war.
Leave off, Black!
Yeah, I wonder if they intend for you to do this one last out of the second set of 3.
Commander!
Wait, Father.
So I believe that song is new.
No enemy can stand before Kanbei.
I had a feeling I lost a little bit in speed there. Maybe I needed to be one turn faster, but still. Yeah, that mission is surprisingly tough on challenge mode. Without doubt, it does feel most appropriate to go for the factory next, but we have one more Gold Comet mission to take care of, and that is Sensei's mission in the second half of Gold Comet. That one I don't remember being all that difficult, but I say that, and well, I didn't remember this one being that difficult, and it was, so that could come back to bite me. See you all for that.